At this time, we'd like to remind you to please silence your cell phones and that the taking of flash photographs is strictly prohibited. Thank you. Now, please welcome to the stage, Robert Bannon!
Snow-capped mountains wide. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to fly. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance, you have love, and no one is in need. It's been a moment, everybody. How are you? Playing songs of peace, they're the songs of every man. God is watching us, God is watching us, God is watching us from a distance. Hey! New York City, how are you? From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. And from a distance, I just cannot comprehend what all this fighting is for. And from a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. And it's the hope of hopes, it's the love of loves, it's the heart of every man. It's the hope of hopes, it's the love of loves. This is the song of every man. Oh my goodness. It feels like being shot out of a cannon. It's like, we used to do this? For real? In front of people? With a band? And like, you knew people? Like, there's people here. Like, sitting near you. You were alive. We made it. Well, it's so nice to see some of my favoriteest people in the entire world here tonight. Thank you so much. I know that a lot of people, this is their first outing, their first time out to see a show, and that is not something that I take lightly. So from my heart to each and every single one of you, you take your time, energy, money, health, and you're here to see me, and that's not lost on me at all. So thank you. Thank you so much. So I had quite a little year. We released an album called Unfinished Business. Thank you. The idea for that album came right here on Thanksgiving Eve, the last time I was here, which was my last New York show before the pandemic, and we had the idea to do a single, and then when you have a lot of time on your hands, you then turn that single into an entire album, and we did it all virtually, and some of you know me from a virtual show that I hosted called Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails, and the Guest Kristolyn Lloyd, which was such a fun, wild ride. But some of you who know me from that don't know anything about me and my crazy life and family. So this show's a little bit about me, and it's some of the music that you may have heard me sing and some other fun things. And who knows what will come out of my mouth, and who knows what's going to happen here tonight. We're all just here together. We're like family, right? We're just going to have a good time. So thank you so much for being here. I was raised and born, and I rep hard for New Jersey. Hello, New Jersey. We are quite the state, we sure are. And I grew up, my father is Irish and Czech, and my mom is Italian. So don't let the name Bannon fool you. Her name is Rosa Antonia DiMeglio. So I have a good guinea in me too. And growing up, my grandmother, living in Fort Lee, New Jersey, introduced me to a VHS tape that was Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and Liza Minnelli. And I was obsessed. I was obsessed. Putting this show together, which is not going to be like your normal cabaret-ish show. Like, I'm going to tell you my story. It's not your mom's cabaret show. I'm just going to tell it to you straight. Well, nothing is really straight about this show, but I am definitely going to tell you my life story and some stories. And nothing. And so Liza, I was obsessed with Liza, and my brother, who's secretly in here, and you can find him. He's like, where's Waldo? He's somewhere in here. He was the football player and the jock, but he secretly knew the words to every Liza Minnelli song. Who knows them? He may join me on stage for one of them. This is a Sinatra classic, and it's off the album. It's called All of Me. So clap along, sing along, and we'll have some fun with this one. All of me, come on, yeah, all of me. He's over there. Can't you see? I'm no good without you. Take my lips, I wanna lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How can I ever make it without? After I learned about Sinatra and all of that, then I discovered one of the greatest singers ever. And just for the record, Sinatra's from New Jersey, and so is this next one, because all of the good singers are from New Jersey. So I was sitting at home one day, and I heard something come on the radio, and it was the best voice I ever heard. And it's kind of the reason why I started to really love music. And no one should sing like this lady. Nobody can sing like her. At her peak, she's the greatest voice ever. But we did do our own version of this, and the feedback about this song has been really sweet. So thank you to everyone who wrote me about this song. It's a song made famous by Whitney Houston, and it's our version of How I Know. Oh, it's you, I know. You're the one I dream of. Look into my eyes, takes me to the clouds above. Oh, I lose all control, can't seem to get enough. When I wake from dreaming, tell me, is this really love? How will I know if you really love me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. I'm asking you, 'cause you know about these things. if you love me now, if you love me, if you love me now. Thank you. This is so embarrassing to say. There's a set list with notes, and I'm getting old and I can't see shit. I can't. They need those reading glasses, Carol. Who the hell was supposed to sit here? Where are these people? What the heck? What the heck? Okay, so we'll put it here so I can actually see. So I have the great privilege of, my parents we're not musical people, and I had some cousins who sang and stuff, and I went to the Bergen Mall and learned how to sing, and the teacher at the Bergen Mall gave me the greatest advice, which was, you need to go somewhere and really learn. I had outgrown that place. So they sent me on an audition for the Harbor Conservatory's production of Ain't Misbehaving, which apparently there's no role for me in that show. But I got a letter in the mail that asked me to audition for the first class at Juilliard Prep. So I was in the first musical theater class at Juilliard Prep under Bergenrauser, and we started to really work and study music. And I really thought at 13 years old that my whole future, my whole life was going to be in music. And I started doing musicals, and I started really studying it, and started thinking about going to conservatory for college and all of that. And then all of a sudden, I was diagnosed with meningitis caused by chronic Lyme disease. And I was homeschooled for 4 years, and I was out of high school, and the music stopped. And everything kind of stopped at that moment. My whole life, the whole experience of growing up, and what I was going to be and what I was going to do ended. And when I was putting together the song cycle on Unfinished Business, I really thought of a song that encompassed how I felt at that moment. And my whole life, all I've ever wanted to be was Barry Manilow. And thank you. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. We put that little modulation in How Will I Know just to channel our inner Manilow. And I came across this song that Johnny Mercer wrote, that he wrote the lyrics to, and it kind of encompassed that time. I'm sorry that these two songs together are the Jump Off the George Washington Bridge medley of two sad songs, but we'll pick it up after that, I promise. This song is called When October Goes. And when October rolls, the snow begins to fly above the smoky roofs. I watch the planes go by, the children running home to meet the twilight sky. Oh, for the fun of them, when I was one of them. And when October goes, the same old dream appears, and you are in my arms to share the happy should be over now. I know it doesn't matter much how old I grow. I hate to see So I was thinking, then I got better, and I wanted to go back into musical theater. So what I did was I learned that I had a type. The first agent I ever met, they're terrible people, said to me, "You're so quirky. You're quirky. You should learn a quirky song." So a quirky song. So I tried to Amazon a puppet, and then Amazon lost my package. So I had to go to Walmart, and this was the only puppet that they had. So this is it's a classy show. So I've done this song before. It's from a show called Avenue Q, and it is my. Thank you. I had such a great time writing that show. Thank you very much. And I'd like to do the quirky song for you now. Here it is. Oh, I wish you could meet my girlfriend who lives in Canada. Wish you could meet her, she couldn't be sweeter. My girlfriend who lives in Canada. Her name is Alberta, she lives in Vancouver. She cooks like my mother and sucks like a Hoover. I email her every single day. It's a pity she lives so far away. I want to make sure that she is okay in Canada. Last week she was here, but she had the flu. It's too bad, cause I wanted to introduce her to you. It's so sad, there wasn't a thing that she could do but stay in bed with her legs up over her head. Oh, I wish you could meet my girlfriend, but you can't because she is in Canada. I love her, I miss her, I can't wait to kiss her. So soon I'll be off to Alberta. I mean Vancouver. Her name is Alberta. She lives in Vancouver. She's my girlfriend, my wonderful girlfriend. Yes, I have a girlfriend who lives in Canada. Can't wait to eat. No, again. Okay, listen. The end of that song, it says I can't wait to eat, and it's a word with a P, and it meows. And we were doing a sound check, and the lovely, amazing Emmy and Grammy award-winning Kristolyn Lloyd, who's coming out here in a minute, walked in that door just as I was about to say, and I can't wait to eat her again. And I literally said, wow, this is some classy, we have a real class, we brought the jersey right to Manhattan tonight. I can't do it, my dad is here, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I can do it for you.
Yeah, Brian, that's right, Brian. I bet he can. So, the first audition I ever got called in for was to replace Roger in Rent. So they gave me one day to learn one song, Glory, and I had never been in an audition in a long time. And there's a lot of people in here who are Mike, and Sam, and A, and Carol, who were with me from 3 years ago, no, 20 years ago, and they were with me, and I botched the words to this audition so badly that I literally the next day went to college and changed my major. And someone asked me, is that really a true story? And I said, yes, it actually is a true story. And they said, but isn't part of being an actor like rejection? And I said, yes, but I don't know, it literally really broke me. I was so lost at 18 from the years that I was sick and everything that I had the guts and the stamina and the security to do it. And I literally gave up the idea of singing and performing for almost 20 years. Well, a couple of years ago, I got asked to audition for Rent again in a different regional production, and I went in and I said, can I please be Mark, the guy who wears the glasses, because I don't want to sing one song, Glory, because I have had a bad experience. and I'm that kind of guy that I just said it. And the director said, okay, can we suggest another role for you? And I said, sure, and I thought I was going to be like the squeegee man or someone in the ensemble. And they asked me to be Roger. And I'm like, this is a moment where I'm going to have to face this head on. And I have sung, and every night when I sang this song, I was so nervous I'm nervous now about the words, because it's like one of those things, you ever have one of those things, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, and then you just do it. So, Mike, if I mess up the words, you're just going to start to sing.
Awesome, Robert!
Thank you. So, then Adam Pascal came on my show, and we talked to him, and he had the words taped to that table on Broadway. He may have had them taped here the other night, and I felt vindicated. So now I'd like to sing the song for you now. This is one song. One song, glory. One song before I go, glory. One song to leave behind. Fine. One song, one last refrain. Glory from the pretty boy from man who wasted opportunity. One song, he had the world at his feet. Glory in the eyes of a young girl. A young girl. Fine. Glory beyond the cheap colored lights. One song before the sun sets. Glory on another empty life. Time flies, time does glory. What is the glory? What is find glory in a song that makes truth like a blazing fire, an eternal flame. Find one song, a song about love, glory from the soul of a young man. Al Pacino it up. I'm gonna have a little headset. Someone's gonna feed me the lines right from here. Right there, Joe. That's a good idea. When we were, all right, real quick, because there's a clock here, and I feel like I'm at the Oscars and I won an award and they're gonna play me with it anyway. So I'm gonna try to be quick. So after that moment, I still wanted to do music, so I decided to join a wedding band that I met at the Empire City Casino, which is obviously the top-notch wedding bands in the area. And I went in for an audition and they hired me. And they tricked me, they gave me a whole set list of music, and they said to me, okay, you're gonna do Fly Me to the Moon. And I was like, I can sing Fly Me to the Moon. I know Fly Me to the Moon, right, Kyle? I know Fly Me to the Moon, you know Kyle. So then what ended up happening is then they thought they were gonna trick me and they asked me to rap. So I said, no. And I turned to them and I said, Young Hov, y'all know where the flow is loco. Young B and the ROC, OG, big homie, the one and only. I sing phonies, man, like pockets of fat like Tony. Soprano, the rock handle like Ben X. So the shake phonies, man, can't get next to. Genuine article, I do not sing though. I sling though, if anything I bling yo. Start like Pringle, war like Green Beret. Crazy, bring your set. Changing the range, crazy the range. If you're figuring out that it's insane. Yes, sir, I'm come from a different cloth. My texture is the best for a chinchilla. Fall back young, ever since the game's moved over to platinum. The game's been a rap. One, right? Like just like that. And then they fired me. So I was done. So what ended up happening at that moment also was I was 18, and what happens when you're like 17 and 18 years old? You kind of fall in love, right? You find someone, you fall in love. So I have a couple of love songs, and the first song on the album that I ever put together was a duet of How Deep Is the Ocean, because I think it's the most beautiful song. I think it's gorgeous, and Ted Firth arranged it for me, and we found this opening that I had never heard before, and Jane Monheit gave me the great pleasure of recording it with me on the album, and I literally was so excited that she said yes. And I was thinking about who could do the song with me while we were here in New York at 54 Below, and I was thinking about the best voices and some of the best art that I have seen, and there's a woman who is a dynamite voice performer. It is my extreme honor to have Kristolyn Lloyd here with me today. You know her from Dear Evan Hansen, you know her from television, you know her from her work, and she has given me the great honor to join me here on this next song. So please give her a giant round of applause. Switch songs and we make her sing You Will Be Found, and then I pretend I'm
You have great calves, by the way.
Oh.
Anyone else want to give a round of applause?
Thank you. They cost a lot of money. No.
Hey.
Thank you. I wish like my genetics was like abs and arms, but I'll take the calves.
Take the calves.
Well, you are as stunning as can be. So thank you for being here. How can I tell you what is in my heart? How can I measure each and every part? How can I tell you how much I love you? How can I measure just how much I do? How much do I love you? I'll tell you no lie. How deep is the ocean? How high is the sky?
How many roses I sprinkle
That was quite the moment, so thank you so much. So while we're here, when I was thinking about love, I automatically think of love as like, I don't know, like music I listen to at the dentist's office or in an elevator. Like, I love that like 70s shoo-doo-doo, like love, like when you're like in the middle of the song, your teeth are being drilled and you hear it on Light FM, Delilah's dedicating it to somebody. That's my kind of music. So I was thinking about it, and we put these two Burt Bacharach songs on the album because I think he writes the most beautiful music, and I know that if you're here with someone that you love tonight, like hold their hand and look at them and sing to them. And if you're not with someone you love tonight, just look to the person next to you and ask consent and hold their hand. And everyone was checked to be vaccinated. So this is a moment. And while you're in the middle of hearing these beautiful, beautiful ballad songs that we mashed together, think about me the next time you're at the Stop and Shop or the Whole Foods or on an airplane and this Muzak version is playing somewhere. This is to everyone who's in love tonight. These I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Dentists, you know. You see this guy's in love with you. Yes, I'm in love. Who looks at you the way I do when you smile? I can tell we know each other very well. How can I show you how glad I am to know you, 'cause I've heard some talk. They say you think I'm fine. Who would write that? Yes, I'm in love. Narcissist. You the way I do when you smile. I can tell we know each other very well. My hands are shaking. How can my heart keep breaking? 'Cause I need your love. I want your love. Say you're in love with this guy. If not, I'll just die. Look of love is in your eyes. The look, your smile can't disguise. Your baggage is picked up on luggage rack for the look of love is saying so much more than words could only say. And what my heart has heard, well, it takes my breath away. I can hardly wait to hold you, feel my arms around you. How long I have waited just to love. Now that I have found you, don't ever go. Don't ever go. Please love me so. Yes, thank you so much. And what happens sometimes with love is it ends. it ends. And I've had my share of love, and I've had my share of heartbreak, and I know many of you have too. And I've gotten more personal about my personal story through the year because I think that we all share so much more in common that we do differently. And if I feel a certain way, that means a lot of other people feel that way. So heartbreak is a tough subject, right? But they make great songs. and when it came to this point in putting a show together or putting an album together, I kept coming back to the idea of losing love and how that felt. And I kept coming back to a song that I heard when I was young, and it's a song that Anthony Newley wrote. And there were two songs that he wrote that I felt like they fit really well together because we've all been in the same place. And I was singing this song when I was 13 years old and I had no idea what it meant. No. But it took a little while, and I think I kind of know what he's talking about, and I know that someone out there may need to hear the song or feel a certain way. So if you're heartbroken or someone's not treating you right, screw them, dump them, move on, find somebody else, and there'll be something better along the way. This is my medley of songs that we call, it's called the Questions Medley. What kind of fool am I who never fell in love? Seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of man is this? An empty shell, a lonely cell in which an empty heart must dwell. What kind of lips are these that light with every kiss, that whispered empty words of love that left me alone like this? Why can't I fall in love like any other man? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool I am. Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? My heart wants to go, and so I must go where destiny leads me, with no one beside me, and no star to guide me. I'll go on my way, and after the day, the darkness will hide me. And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. I'll throw off my sorrow, beg, steal, and borrow my share of laughter. With you I can learn to, with you on a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn away? And then I'll know what kind of fool I It's so good. Yes. Oh, excuse me. So the segue to I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay. Well, we talked about my childhood a little bit. We talked about me being sick. We talked about rent. We talked about love. We talked about breaking up love, which leads me to the section of the show that this section of the show is a reason why I know some of you are here, because there's a song and a video, and I just want to give a shout out to somebody when we talk about the videos. From a distance, we made that video in the freezing cold in Long Beach Island. Adrian was there assisting, and my good friend Kyle Ball, who's right here, stood in the middle of the beach. He stood in the middle of the beach with his camera, and we shot that video. And then when we were going to do the I Think He Knew song, which I just gave away up the last song of the show, what a spoiler alert. We did it, he did it over a weekend in New Jersey with like 25 people all by himself. So I want to give him a big shout out. I know a lot of people have been here. So I was trying to transition to the, the word? There's no better word. The gay section of the show. I was trying to transition to the gay section of the show, and I was like, what song can we transition to? And then I thought, last time we were here, we did a modern song medley that had Lil Nas X, Billie Eilish, and Lizzo. And I was like, Lil Nas X in the gay section of the show. And they wouldn't let me put a stripper pole in, but they would let us do this. If you know it, you can clap, you can sing, it's okay. Champagne and drinking with your friend. You live in the dark, boy, I cannot pretend. Okay, I'm only innocent. If you've been in your garden, you know that you can. Call me when you want, call me when you need. Call me in the morning, I'll be on the way. Call me when you want, call me when you need. Call me out by your name, I'll be on your way. Like, yeah, it's the gay section of the show. Yeah, yes it is. So, a fun transition. So, when I was in the middle of a breakup, I'm going to try to tell the story really quick. I went to the TKTS booth because I did not want to be alone. And I was found theater as solace. And I was at the TKTS booth, and the cheapest ticket on the board that I hadn't seen was a show called Invisible Thread, which is now called Witness Uganda. And I went to see the show and I knew nothing about it. And after the show was over, I was so moved by the music and the story that I reached out to its creator, Griffin Matthews. I had never tweeted anyone in my entire life. Downloaded the app and tweeted him, "What you did was magic and I wish I could be a part of something like that." And I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth and my phone made a weird noise and it was a notification from Griffin, and he said, "It's not about dreaming it, it's about doing it." And I wrote him back and I said, "Well, shoot, he's a smart guy." And I wrote him back and I don't know what came over me, and I said, "I haven't sung in 20 years, I want to take a voice lesson." And a week later, I was at Matt and Griff's apartment, and they built and wrote with me the first unfinished business show that I did at the Triad like 4 years ago. Wow. And they're like family to me, and people here. I wouldn't know Kristolyn if it wasn't for them, because she was in that. I wouldn't know Drew, who's Griff's brother, who's behind me right now. Who puts together this band. I'll tell you about the band in a minute because they're pretty amazing. I wouldn't have so many friends in my life. I wouldn't be on this stage without them at all. And I'm so grateful that they let me into the room that they get to be in. And one day I was at a workshop that they did of a show that they wrote called Family Project, and they debuted a brand new song. And I wasn't out, and I was not with anyone. I was dating myself, I used to say. And I heard this song, and the whole room cried. And I remembered the song. And it spoke to me because there's so many stereotypes about the LGBTQIA plus community. That and all of the songs, while fun to dance to, they don't talk about love and acceptance and family. And that's the people I know in my life. And it was so important to me that a song like that was represented for this community. And I was still not out, and I knew that one day I had to sing this song. And I was teaching 5th grade, and a 12-year-old girl came to me, and she said to me, I came out to my parents and I put a rainbow flag in my room, and my father made me take it down. And he told me it's a phase. And she said, what do I do? And at that moment, I realized I had to sing the song, and I had to live my life as truthfully as possible, no matter what anybody thought. Every single person, she's the brave one. She's the one that has courage. So when I sing this song, my dad, who, it's not my story, it's Griff's story that wrote the song, but it applies to so many people. And he's here, and thank you, Dad, for accepting and loving me. But I dedicate this song tonight because you all have given him so much credit already. He gets so many shout-outs. Greg is at the end of the video and everything. I dedicate this song to that
superstar.
See? You all created a monster. This song is dedicated to every single person in my life that's a friend of mine in this community, or every kid out there who doesn't have a dad who accepts them, who doesn't have a parent who accepts them. You're gonna grow up, you're gonna find your own community. This song is for them. This song is called I Think He Knew. And I wanna say to each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the love, the support, the money, the streams, the views, and the love, love, love that you've sent to me. I send it right back to you. And I thank you so, so much. This one's for you. I loved a man who seemed to do it all. By day he ran the bank, in town by night he coached baseball. He volunteered his hours while I was in right field picking flowers. My dad never minded at all. I think that he knew me. I think that he knew me long ago. And when you know, you either fight or let it go. He let it go. My dad let me dress up for Halloween. He marched me into my first grade class, dressed as half witch, dressed as half queen. He painted me green. He painted my whole face green. He didn't care. I wore my mother's heels, her favorite pair. I think that he knew me. I think that he knew me long ago. And when you love your son, you fight him or let him grow. He let me grow. Time goes on and we grow up and we live separate lives. We lose touch, don't talk as much, my dad and I. Time goes on and we hold back, we don't see eye to eye. We lose touch, don't talk as much, my dad and I. Flew back home to Pittsburgh from New York. My dad drove out to pick me up from the airport. His eyes were filled with tears. He'd been holding back for all these years. And he asked me if it was something he had done. Was I born this way? Had I ever been touched by anyone? Did they harm his little boy? Did they rob me of my joy? And he asked me if it was something he had done. No, nobody hurt me in the night. No, nobody forced me in that way. No, nobody broke my spirit, Dad. No one
You did it from the time I was a little kid. You loved me, you taught me, you let me pick the flowers in right field. You held me, compelled me to find someone who respects my mother, find someone unlike any other, find a man who loves me just for me. I went and found someone like my dad who set me free. I wanna be handsome and sweet. I wanna love on my son the way my dad loved on me.
Great music, and you cheered and yelled and you wanted more, and then I came back for a real quick encore. So thank you. So of course I'm going to do one more song. Really fast. Before we go, I just want to say really fastly thank you to a couple of people. This is Brian. Brian came all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, here to be here on piano. So after the show, he's going to go to the bar. He's going to play the entire show for you on piano. He's going to do all. He's amazing. I told you. This guy right here is responsible for this band. He's responsible for He's responsible for so much music. He's the arranger of I Think He Knew. He is family to me, and Aunt Esther is here somewhere. We're the three Maggers, other three kids. This is Andrew Griffin, everybody. And speaking of Witness Uganda and Invisible Thread, this guy played drums, and that's not an easy show to play drums for. This is Joe Nero on drums, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Real fast. The album is called Unfinished Business because every single person in here has something that they need to finish. Every single one of you have something you've always wanted to do that you're too afraid to do. It's to learn a language, it's to go to the gym, it's to travel to Europe, it's to start a business, it's to meet somebody, it's to do something out of your comfort zone. And you've been denying that for you for so long, and our only job and our only goal in our life is to make sure we complete what we've always wanted to do. It may not be to be on stage at 54 Below. It may be something that's really close to your heart. But I'm telling you right now that if you take that first step, you make that first move towards it, the road will open for you. It's there for you. So I wish you to go out there. Life's too short. We learned that these past 16 months that we don't always have tomorrow. So I encourage you and implore you and support you to go out there and do this. Finish that business. And I've got your back. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. This song is a favorite of mine, and I leave it with you. Thank you. Once before I go, I want you to know that I would do it all again. You see, I'd make the same mistakes, but I can make it through the pains and joys and aches I knew back then. I would do it all. I'd do it all again before I go. I want you to know that I look back with no regrets. And when our luck was wearing thin, and we were down and out, and still came back to win against all bets. And now when I look back, I still have no regrets.
I've loved you all along.